Hello, friends. Welcome to a very new project that I'm working on with a really good friend of mine who is like I've dubbed her my Otome partner in crime, essentially. Her name is Wintie. You can follow her or find her online on Twitter. I believe that's mainly where she lurks her time at, is Twitter. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, I have no life anywhere else.
Okay. Same, me too. No wonder why we're such good friends. But we decided to kind of do our first, I guess, series on a series that is currently airing. I think there's about 6 episodes as of recording this. The English title is My Next Life as a Villainess. All routes lead to doom. I know. Doom. So the main reason why this came up on my radar is of who does the ending song. It was Shota, and I love Shota. And then I found out he's in the anime, and I was like, oh, it's game on. It is game on. So what this wonderful little anime is about, I'm going to read a little excerpt greatly from Wikipedia. Let's see. Okay. Her main character, his name is Katarina Klaus, right? Klaus, I think. She is the young daughter of a noble family. One day bumps her head and regains memories of her past life as an otaku. And then she realizes that she's reborn in the world of the Otome game Fortune Lover, reincarnated as the game's Villainess. Let's see, I lost where it was. Regardless of what route the player took in the original game, is doomed to be either killed or exiled. In order to avoid these routes that lead to doom, Katarina begins taking countermeasures to try to avoid things going the same way as in the game. However, this ends up having unexpected consequences on her relations with other characters of the game's world. So it kind of starts off and you meet Katarina, and she's this really bratty little girl who I am guessing no one likes. I'm pretty sure everyone thinks she's like a witch. They don't like her. One day, a noble boy by the name of Gerald Stewart comes and visits, and as she's flaunting her joy of the fact that he's there and she's like clinging onto his arm, she, and very Otome and anime shoujo like, trips on a rock, falls and hits her head. And when she hits her head, when she wakes up, she's nice, she's grateful. Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to cause trouble. And everyone's like, what the crap? Yeah, and that's when you find out that I don't know, it's weird that it's saying that she's reincarnated. To me, it feels more like maybe in her life she's unconscious and now she's like living or dreaming in the world. I don't know. It feels really, the whole reincarnated thing seems weird to me.
Yeah, I thought that too. I was like, maybe it's really not. But then they keep saying it's reincarnated. So we'll go with that for now.
I guess we'll go with that for now. I don't know if things will change. Sometimes these animes throw you for a turn, so we'll just see what happens. But she's reincarnated in the game, which is weird. But she has all these memories from her past life of being a 17-year-old girl who was an otaku and loved playing Otome games.
A tragic end. Oh my god.
With a tragic end, because she finds out that she is the character that always ends up dead, exiled, because no one likes her. She's an evil person. She does terrible things. She tries to kill the MC, so to say, several times, but she either gets killed or exiled because of it. So now she's trying to change her personality and change things by just doing things differently. And she has board meetings with different versions of herself. I can't remember all the captions. I know there's like the shy one, and then there's like the intelligent one.
Man, the intelligent one. There's the what was it called? It was the not full of herself. The confident version of Katarina. The shy or like meek version of her.
Yeah. It's just so funny. It's like all these different kind of personalities, like much like an actual person would be like, okay, how am I going to get through this? And you're like, well, I could do this, but that would be mean to do. I could do this. Well, that wouldn't be very smart of you to do. And it's just really funny that it's like she's having a conversation with herself. And then she has this book where she's writing everything in and writing the events in. And then halfway through the first episode, we get introduced to another character by the name of Keith Klaus, which is her
second doom flag.
Right, her second doom flag. So, and he is a cousin of sorts, but his family doesn't like him. So Katarina's dad has decided to take him on his own and says he's now your brother. We're going to consider him your brother.
Adoptive brother.
Yes. So you find out that I guess people have powers, and hers is Earth, so the family has Earth powers. So she asks him about his powers, and he goes, well, yeah, and he makes like this little golem, and she's like, oh my gosh, that's so cool, teach me how to do that, with her intention of, if I can learn how to do magic just as good as he, if I get exiled, I'll be okay. So he makes this huge golem, and like great shoujo fashion, acts like a dingbat and runs towards the just ginormous mud rock golem and gets knocked out. So then he freaks out and he locks himself in his room. So, because he did the same thing previously at his hometown. He used his powers and it hurt people. And not that I care that he hurt those people, because those people were terrible. They were very terrible people.
Yeah, rocks at a bird.
Yeah, a bird and its little chicks. And I was like, I mean, they kind of deserved it, but I could understand being like a very young person and like not being able to know or how to control something like that. And then like that happens. So that's kind of the gist of the story. I guess we didn't touch with Gerald. He's supposed to be the Black Heart. He's supposed to be like, she keeps calling him the Black Heart Prince. Like, I guess he's kind of like the asshole character, if you will. I guess that would be his role.
My type.
My type. Right there, my type. So, but it's actually very interesting because the Japanese voice actor that voices him is Shota, and if you know anything about Shota, he usually has a very soft, a very somber, very pretty voice, and he's usually kind of like a sweet character, or kind of like, a character that no one would have issues with. So I'm kind of excited that he's doing a character like this, because it's not his typical character that we usually see him doing, which is I'm excited for personally.
Yeah, I can't wait for them to get like older, because right now we're still in like the kid.
Yeah, we're still in the kid. Like, there's a small little clip in the first episode where you hear him dubbing or voicing that character as an adult, but when I first heard it, I was like, is that doesn't sound like him. It's a lot deeper than what I'm used to him doing, which makes me even more excited for future episodes, I'm just gonna say. Makes me excited.
Yeah, gosh, this series, like, Gwen told me to watch it for this podcast, and at first I wasn't exactly sure, because like I heard about this series like a little bit, but I really haven't actually touched base. I've heard of it as Bacarina on Twitter. Have you kind of seen that around too?
Bacarina?
Yeah, people have like said Bacarina as like the talking about this certain series. I don't know why.
I haven't heard that before.
So when I finally went to go read the description for it, I was like, oh my god, this sounds good. So I watched it. And gosh, God, if you haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. It seems like it's going to be just a really interesting show. And I wish it was longer, because obviously we're not going to get too in depth because of a whole bunch of stuff.
Right. Because this actually is quite an in-depth, like there's a manga, which actually, apparently the manga is localized in English. I've never even heard of it. It's localized by Seven Seas Entertainment. And there's a novel, and the novel is being localized in North America by J Novel, and I've never heard of any of these. And I'm like, how?
Oh my God.
How is this? How have I never heard this before? I don't understand. How is this now?
God.
So now I kind of want to check out how it once the anime is over, how it compares to the manga, or how much of the manga is really going to go. Because I think I looked at, okay, the light novels, there's actually, they're all ebooks. Oh wait, no. Okay, so ebook comes first. Looks like its release date. So in English, the first light novel came to ebook in 2018, November of 2018. And then 2019 in February, the second one came out. It looks like ebook all the way up to number 6, and that one's coming out in June of this year. But they are coming out with paper book, and the first paper book comes out May 5th, 2020, which just recently. And then July and September. They only have the first 3 so far showing as coming out with a physical release for the light novel. The manga, there's 5 volumes in Japanese. Most recent one was the recent one hasn't come out yet. That one comes out May 25th. And then the English one is on volume 4 with a release date of October 13th. And the third one came out April 7th, 2020. So it's fairly new. So it's not like it's been there for so long and we've just been missing out on something great.
Like, I actually feel a lot better about myself.
So
I'm looking at the artwork though on like the first volume, I think, of the manga, and the characters look so different. I mean, like Katarina looks the same, but like the Gerard or Geoff or however you pronounce his name, he looks really different compared to the anime.
Does he?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I
like he has like more like a chiseled face, it looks like almost. So that may be something I have to get used to if I do switch from the anime to reading the manga or said, because I mean, not too bad though.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of interested in how it progresses, because it does show like the MC in the banner. So the MC, if you're looking at the banner, is the blonde, and our pro tag is the brunette, who is the quote-unquote villainess. So I feel like she's going to befriend her, but I mean, it's almost like, can she escape fate? Like, is fate gonna play a card in this where she can't, no matter how nice of a person she is, she's somehow, something is gonna get her exiled or killed, you know?
Yeah, it's really sad. It's just really crazy when you think of how it started. Like, she was playing this said game, like in her other previous life, before she was reincarnated. She was just playing this game. She had just, I think it said that she overplayed it a night, and so she slept in, and she was running late to school because she didn't get much sleep. And then running to school, that's when she got into a traffic accident.
Yeah.
And supposedly died. Which is like, I think she said she was playing the Sadistic Prince route at the exact time too. Like, she just finished this route.
You just played the route that's probably the route that you're on right now. I feel like maybe that's how they're gonna play it out, since that's the route she was on, and maybe that's the route she's gonna end up on. But now it's gonna be chaotic, because now she is presenting a completely different personality now.
Yeah, she's being like everybody. Like, I really wonder, because they didn't really actually explain where Fortune Lover even started. I wonder if it even started with them young. Like, she's like in like a whole bunch of like uncharted territory, like completely.
Yeah, because she's like right now, I guess like 12 years old, or not even 12. She's probably like 8 or something. So they're very much young characters right now. But I think that's only in the first 2 episodes. I don't know. I haven't gotten episode 2. I know you've binge watched it, but I think the first 2 episodes is kid, and then they turn to adult. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. So that's, and then we didn't cover the voice actress for our protagonist, Katarina. She is voiced by Aya Uchida, which I was kind of glancing at her catalog, and I guess probably her most well-known, at least for me, the kind of anime that she's been in. She's in Idolmaster as Ranko Kanzaki. I'm not quite sure of that character. There was another one that stuck out. She was in that Neverland anime, the creepy one.
One with the kids?
Yes, she was one of the kids. She was Norman. She voiced him. But has a long list, like most of these voice actors. They have a huge catalog of anime they've been in. And then the other character, Keith, the cousin brother. Sounds weird. He is voiced by Tatsuya. I'm so bad with names. Kakihara.
Tatsuya Kakihara.
Which voices one of my favorite characters in B Project, Momotaro. I absolutely love him. So I'm very I love his voice so much as that character, and I just am so excited to see him in. Like, it's just I love the voice actors so far and actress. He's also Prompto in Final Fantasy 15. I love Prompto, so this makes me extremely excited. And he's also Victor in Code Realize.
Like, oh my god, it's Shin. Oh, he's also the voice of Victor Frankenstein. Yeah, I forgot that too.
So it's very exciting at least for both of us. So you may think we're fangirling a little bit too much, but this voice cast is so exciting. And there's more characters that are also voiced by very great voice actors that are just they're not there yet. So I don't think we should talk about them yet because they haven't made an official appearance. So we'll have to just wait for those when we get to that episode. But I'm excited. So so I know you've watched more than I have. So you're like, my eyes are red because I binged so much. So in your opinion, just kind of seeing how it first started off, did you have predictions of how it was going to happen, or did you be like, or were you just feeling like, I have no idea where this is going to go?
I had no clue. Because, like, they have it set up kind of in a way that she's completely lost, too, as well, like, with how things are going to be leading to. Mm-hmm. And they have it so that you're kind of in the same, like, you're her. That's how I'm kind of feeling. Like, I'm just like, well, we'll just take it stride by stride. I have no clue what's going to happen. All we know is that how the characters are going to, like, kind of turn out to be, supposedly. And that's what we're just running with. So far, like, I have not had, like, a guess. The only thing I said, like you said, thinking that possibly she may not be dead, that may be the only kind of idea that I was, like, kind of guessing on. Mm-hmm. But other than that, everything's just been kind of, like, all over the place. It's very chaotic with how they're setting it up, but, like, it's rightfully chaotic. So.
It's a good kind of chaos, because I feel like since she's going to completely flip this character, I don't know if maybe there's going to come to a point where maybe she starts to lose memories. Maybe she got them. Maybe she hits her head again, or maybe because her head healed and she has this weird X on her head because she hurt her head. I thought when she ripped off the Band-Aid that she'd start bleeding again. I just thought that was going to happen. But it is, I mean, this really could go in any direction, in my opinion. I do think there's going to be a lot more cause for chaos. I feel like, because in her original she picked on Keith. Like, she kicked him, she picked on him, she teased him. She was flat out terrible to Keith in the original, in the game, as the Villainess. Or the Villainess did that to Keith. So now she wants to be an actual sister to Keith. And I feel like he is going to love her so much because she's so nice to him that it's going to cause so much drama and so much chaos. And it makes me excited.
Yeah, he's such a sweet cinnamon roll. Poor baby.
I know. He just wants to be happy and loved. And I'm just like, oh, poor baby boy.
Yeah, and then I do think it's really funny, like when she got engaged, because we didn't like touch on that yet. She's engaged to the prince.
So they say in the beginning like she's engaged, but she doesn't really say anything to him to like assume that. And then they're like, oh, well, you're engaged. And she's like, say what? And then he like formally comes and does it, which is kind of funny because she's trying to better her earth magic by like gardening. So she's like covered in mud, and like this prince's mom is like freaking out and fainting because she's covered in mud. And like I don't know. I feel like there's moments where you can tell he's kind of sadistic because he kind of like his eyes are covered and it's kind of black around his eyes so you can't see him, and he covers his mouth and kind of laughs a little bit. So it's kind of like there is still that sadistic nature in him. So it is going to be very interesting to see how much he changes and how sadistic he still ends up being, and will he try to do like sabotage type things because of his nature? Because I mean, so far it feels like the only character she's changed, so to say, is Keith. I feel like eventually all the characters will start to get a little bit different, but I feel like the most that's changing is Keith. So I don't know.
Because the story is changing so dramatically.
Right. I don't know how much this prince boy is going to change. So it will be interesting. I'm excited for more. This is fun. This is an Otome game or Otome type anime that I think we really needed, because a lot of the ones that we usually get are very dramatic, I guess. What was the last one that we got? I guess it was Code Realize, the last Otome game to anime. Was it Code Realize? I think that was... I mean, minus any idol anime. I think that was the last, like, actual Otome game to anime that we got. That was like 2 years ago.
Wait, what about Sengekko Next Blood? I thought that one was that after?
I don't know. It might have been right around the same time. I guess you could say also this is getting a dub, so I guess that one won't get a dub. That anime was weird. I liked it until it got to the end, and I just like if I could insert dots above my head, that's how that anime ended. It's just dot. Okay. But I like the different tone, because I mean, even like with the Idol Boy anime that we've been getting, there's so much of it that's coming out right now. With this, it's like it's funny. It's lighthearted, it's funny. I feel like there's probably going to be some sort of like seriousness to it, but I feel like it's mainly going to be comedy. And I've been wanting I've been wanting a funny anime to watch that wasn't too over the top. I've been wanting a funny game to play that wasn't too over the top, and I just couldn't find it. I'm like, where is the humor? Like, where are fun things? And like, I watched this first episode, I was like, this is going to be the humor that I've been looking for.
I also really appreciate that it's coming from like the perspective of like, you know, us like Otome trash people, because you know, like the main character girl, she literally is like us.
Yeah, she is. It's almost like you're self-inserting the self-inserter. You know what I mean? Like that's what it kind of feels like. Like we feel so we relate to her a lot, like experiencing those bad ends and stuff like that, being like, man, that's like the bad ends in Color and Malice, like those get to me. Those are like, they're not just bad endings, they're tragic love endings. So it's like, holy crap, it's like a bus hit you. No pun intended, but that's what it feels like. But it feels like with this, it's like she's self-inserted her physically into the game. So now it's like, oh, now people get to actually visually see how us playing Otome games and running into these things and like what we actually experience. Like, she's going to be showing you the experiences that we go through on a daily basis with these games.
It's just really crazy because supposedly, you know, she was the evil one though. Like, and she's turning into completely different. And there is supposedly though going to be a main character that's not her. That's supposed to be from the original game.
Yeah.
So seeing how that plays out too. God, this show just has so much potential, and it's just really, really sad when you think of how short it's going to be. Mm-hmm. So I hope that they get at least a good amount of time that they can actually expand. So far, like they kind of like sped up with like from meeting like the prince, like meeting the brother, kind of like all looking the same first episode, and but it didn't feel rushed in a way.
It didn't. I actually was like, I like paused it and I was like, is this still episode 1? Like, I got a notification and I wanted to pause it so I didn't miss anything. And I was like, this episode felt long, but not drawn out long, but just long because there was so much happening and the story just kept progressing. But it didn't feel like you said, it didn't feel rushed. It didn't feel like it was too much information because it was information presented to you that made sense, and it wasn't something where it felt repetitive either, because there's a lot of these types of animes and in the games where they repeat themselves, and I just find myself going skip. Like, I know this, I've read this, I just read this 20 minutes ago, you don't have to remind me. Mm-hmm. And it just feels like they're moving on. Like, that's what I really like about it. It's not something where they are dwelling on something. Is progressing, but not too fast where you have to go back and rewatch it and be like, did I miss something? Something's confusing, I don't understand. But it's easy to follow. So I think that's what's going to make it very successful, is because it's chaotic, but not a chaotic mess. It's chaotic because the idea is very chaotic, and what she's going through is going to be very chaotic. And especially since she has the knowledge of the world, the game, the characters, the personality, she has all that knowledge. So now it's just the chaos of being in the game that she was obsessed with, and then flipping the whole world upside down and completely changing everything. It's not going to be your typical romance type of anime, which is nice. It's going to have romance elements to it because she's in an Otome game, but it's going to be so different that it's not going to be something where you're like, gross, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I wouldn't say that, but obviously someone who's not into it may want to turn off, but I feel like this is going to be something that more than Otome fans will enjoy.
I think it'll grab you with just how it's set up, you know, it's relatable.
A little.
In a way. I really like it. Like, I also really think it's crazy in a way, and how she kind of went back in time in a way, if you think about it too. She's based off like our time, and she went back to the time of like nobles and stuff like that. You know, I just love how her very first thought of how she'll cultivate herself if anything happens is farming.
Yeah, I'll be closer to nature by farming. Okay, you do, girl. You do you. Whatever works. I just thought that was, and I love how Keith is just like, he's okay with it, and he'll garden with her, and it's just, I'm really excited to see how their relationship progresses. So.
Yeah, he's such a baby. He's so cute.
I know. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's really the entirety of the first episode. I don't think we missed any key parts, because this is a very important episode. Like, it sets everything up very, very nice and gives you enough information to know what this is going to be like. So, how much more gardening she does in her life. She's in Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah,
she's living out her dream.
But
yeah, so Hopefully we're going to be doing this at least once a week, posting these until obviously the end of the anime. And then obviously at the end, kind of give our thoughts and everything. But you can always follow me on Twitter. My Twitter name is cookingkoala2_0. That's mainly where I'll be at. You can follow my dear friend Wintie on her Twitter at Yuki Hanabi X. That's where we fangirl is on Twitter. That's our outlet. That's our special part of the internet. But yeah, if you have any questions, definitely leave them down below. We'll definitely answer any of them in the next one, or if you have any sort of theories or thoughts based off of the first episode, definitely share them. Would love to hear feedback and your thoughts on everything. And I hope to see you next time. Bye.